All right, got the coffee. We got an A-noob.
What? Oh my God.
It's officially a good day to vlog. It is a beautiful snowy day here in Colorado. I leave for Vegas tomorrow morning, but today Zachary is taking me up into Yon Mountains and we're gonna do some longer range flying. I'm really excited for this. I've never done something like this before. I literally had a Crossfire shipped to his house and Spektrum send me the cables that I need and everything, and we stayed up till like 2 in the morning the other night setting up my first Crossfire situation. So normally I'm always flying closer range, proximity stuff. So today, I don't know how good at it I'm gonna be, but I'm really excited to try my hand at getting some distance, coming down the slopes.
Today Drew learns Colorado style.
Colorado. You gotta ruin my B-roll. Take 2.
There's a couple things, like intent orientation becomes a lot more important. So like, if there's a peak you're planning on flying, you're definitely going to want to make sure you point your patch that way.
So it's more like pre-planned, right? So it's not like I'm just going to show up and flow around. Like I need to know I want to hit that peak.
Yes and no. So like, you don't necessarily have to pre-plan everything, but you have to understand and know what you're doing. Pay attention to the entire environment and understand what rock face you're seeing in the camera was what rock face you looked at from the ground.
So I hope I can get some good footage today, but honestly my main goal is just not lose a quad. Because literally if I crash out there in the snow like a mile away, I'm not hiking.
Yeah, I didn't bring any boots.
I'm not doing it. It is way too freaking cold. 7 degrees! What the Never drive up into the mountains on a empty tank. Not full tank. Is this it? This is the thing?
This will be the first spot, more or less.
Alright, that was a blast. I know that was a pretty short clip, but we were just getting warmed up on that spot. That's not even really long range, but further than I would typically push it over stuff that you're just not going to get it back from. Also, this IX-12 thing, I've been figuring out how much I do and don't like it, but something I have found that I really do like is I can put my GoPro SD card in there and not only watch back the footage, but I can also copy the files and move them onto the radio and onto other SD cards. So what I've got going on is I have a master SD card and I'm using the radio to migrate from every other SD card onto that. So now I have an SD card on the ground that I won't lose footage. So when I send stuff up into the air, even if that's gone, I've saved everything else. I hope that makes sense. Anyways, we're going to spot number 2. It feels so intense. It's like I'm not even getting close to anything. I'm not even doing anything that bananas, but it's just like So even though I know that I started with a fully charged goggle battery and I've only flown four or five flights. There should be no way that it's already dead. We're checking it anyway. This is the, oh God, that's loud. 7.71. It's a little low. Actually, it's lower than I expected, but again, we're just like triple checking everything. At least that's my approach, because I'm still nervous about this stuff. So yeah, I mean, if I'm flying a park or a bando, I'll probably be a little bit more casual about it, because again, if I crash, I'm gonna be able to retrieve it. We're being hyper cautious because, again, I'm not hiking, I'm not. Another pro tip, DVR. Also, I didn't plug in the quad. Also, pro tip, plug in the quad.
You just worry about flying. I will tell you if you're going bad places.
So where do you think I should go? Up to the left?
Yeah, you see those two twin peaks on the left side of your screen? I'd just, you know, suggest staying high because there's a lot of scrag.
Get in there? Let's just get in there, dog.
That crack's way deeper than you think.
Oh man, I could, okay.
See
Let's
it?
try this again.
See it from this side first, go up it maybe.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
See how deep it is to your right? Oh, nice. Pull up, pull up, pull up. Oh my god.
That was so stupid. Remember that time that you told me what to do and I did the exact opposite?
Pull up, go straight, no shit. Okay, you really scared me there, buddy.
I wasn't scared at all. Alright, one more.
You weren't in the deep crack. There is a deeper crack.
There's a deeper one? Where?
When you're facing downhill, it's just to the left of where you were. Up, 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 up.
Oh my goodness.
Up, keep
this?
going.
That one?
No,
or
it's
no,
to
more?
the left of that.
Wait, to the left?
See right here? There, to your right, to your
Where?
right.
To my right.
Right.
Oh, that. Can I fly in there, you think?
Yeah.
So just...
Yep, here you go.
Well, with that, officially done flying. That was definitely a lot of fun. It was a little bit different than I expected. Stuff didn't feel quite as far.
Yeah, I mean, I think...
Like, we did get out there, but like, these things go so fast. I'm like, oh, I'm already here.
Yeah, that's the thing. So like, a lot of the mountain stuff we like to do is medium range, because a lot of these roads will take you to these amazing spots. So you don't really always need to fly crazy far.
Yeah.
But usually you will supersede a lot of traditional radio setups. So you do want the right equipment to do
Right.
it. So it's sort of just having that trust and that extra reliable gear that really, you know, once you get out here. And that's the thing, you said it earlier, like, it's way more stressful to fly the mountains than anywhere else.
Like, I didn't do like hardly any tricks. It was mainly just like, we're out here. There's a ton of people that do this stuff way more regularly than I do and have some incredibly epic footage, including the guy I'm with. So check the link in the description for Anoob's channel, where you can find a lot more of this kind of like open, medium, longish, whatever you want to call it, range stuff. But I really enjoyed kind of scratching the surface of what it is to do this stuff. So again, thank you so much for bringing me out here,
buddy.
man.
Definitely.
Appreciate it.
I'm just trying to not slide off the road right now.
Oh yeah. Vlogging on treacherous roads. We're vlogging here. We are back at the airport. It is the next day. Today we're headed to Las Vegas. Just wanted to wrap up on some of what we were talking about yesterday when we were flying in the mountains. I mean, there's a lot more in-depth technical stuff that you can get into using an RF analyzer to check the noise floor, to really ensure that you have the best connectivity. But at a high level, what we were talking about is just really double checking and being confident in all of your gear. That was my first time using the Crossfire RF system beyond just some test hovers in Zach's backyard. And I really wouldn't recommend that. I would definitely recommend having more experience with a given system, really having confidence that it works properly before you go flying your quad up into the mountains. However, I had limited time in Colorado, and I decided to take that risk because I wasn't putting anything at risk other than my own equipment. So I was risking my equipment, and I wasn't putting any property or anything like that at risk. If I'd crashed in the mountains, well, my drone would have just lived in the mountains. Fly with caution, fly within your skill level. I definitely wasn't trying to push myself into the same level of proximity that I normally do when I'm flying something like an abandoned building or a parking lot or something like that. Something where I know that I can retrieve the quad and I might damage it and have to do repairs, but I'm gonna get it back. Whereas if I try to do a proximity power loop around a pine tree at the top of the mountain and I clip the top of the tree. Last thing, and this is very important as we discuss, protect your footage. Use multiple SD cards. Ensure that you get to go home with footage even if you're not going home with your equipment. That gave me such a sense of confidence knowing that I was transferring all my footage onto an SD card that I was keeping on the ground, that, well, it would be costly to leave my drone at the top of the mountain. At least I got some awesome footage for that day. But luckily, the only crash I had was a messed up takeoff off the top of Zach's car, so we're good. All right, I'm just walking up to the gate now, getting on that plane over there. Like I said, going to Vegas.